Hi team, welcome to the explanation of the EPIC90 Health Habit Calendar. I'm going to go through all the steps on the calendar and explain each individual column on how it needs to be done. First, let me just quickly say why I created the EPIC90 calendar is for one reason. First, we create our habits and then our habits create us. And within this 90-day, we're going to structure a routine where you will have daily habits that will serve you to optimize your health and live your best life. The calendar is divided in 4 columns. First, we have our EPIC daily habits, which is a daily activity. EPIC weekly recovery, which is a weekly activity. EPIC monthly is an activity that we have to do a certain amount of times throughout the month. And then our boom chakalaka, which I will explain at the end. Let's look at the first one, the EPIC daily habit. Kerry will explain it more and then I'll come back and let you know.
All right, the EPIC daily habit is worth 2 points per day. In February, the daily habit is walking or jogging 1 mile per day outside, and repeating the action every day over a month's time results in a newly elevated lifestyle habit.
So remember guys, let's say I don't do my walk today, you don't get a mark, but the key is keeping this momentum going. There is going to be days that you're going to be challenged in a way that you cannot get it in. Just the next day, you will pick it up again. So the key is not being perfect. The key is about keep building on that momentum. All right. The other thing that I want you to remember as well is that the key of the day is going to be 2 points that you're going to get for an activity done and 0 points for an activity not done. So the 1 mile per day, I've done it, I get 2 ticks. If I didn't do it, I would get 0. The reason for the double tick is you get double rewarded for doing it positive. If you don't do it, you get double penalized. So that will help you to keep that momentum throughout the month. All right, the next one, EPIC weekly recovery. Kerry, can you explain what the EPIC weekly recovery is?
Your EPIC weekly recovery is worth 1 point per week, and it's a self-care maintenance ritual that makes you the priority. It feeds you the weekly vitamin to recharge. So this EPIC weekly recovery is 1 hour per week devoted to a recovery practice such as foam rolling, doing yoga, stretching, Pilates, compression boots, O2 treatment, hyperbaric chamber, nature hike, a massage, meditation, using the Theragun, or a chiropractor.
Yes, and there's many more, sauna, cold plunge. So basically what that is going to be is for your body to get a regular retune up, a reset for the week. And you'll see the column 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Each time you're going to do the activity, like this morning, I did the recovery boots, and I gave myself 1 point at the first number. The final score would be 5 if you've done 5 throughout the month. All right, next one, the EPIC monthly. Kerry, can you say what's the EPIC monthly?
Your EPIC monthly is worth 10 points per month. It is 10 custom 1 hour workouts per month. These sessions are focused on power, endurance, and mobility, and they are more intense than a regular workout. Your goal is to get 10 custom 1 hour workouts per month. Important note that when you perform the EPIC monthly, it counts as that day's EPIC daily points as well, giving you 2 points for that day.
Perfect. That's exactly what Kerry said. So for my EPIC monthly, I'm doing a 1 hour bike ride. I did it this morning, so I gave myself 1 tick. Although my challenge says 1 mile per day, I didn't have to do my 1 mile per day. I still got my 2 points at the top as well for today. Now, for most of you for this month, it's boot camp and personal training. So whenever you come to a boot camp or a personal training session, you will give yourself 1 point. And then on that correlating day in February, you'll give yourself the 2 check marks as well. Now, let's look at the last one, which is the boom chakalaka. Kerry, can you explain the boom chakalaka to us?
The Boom Chakalaka is worth 10 points. It is a dedicated trip, adventure, or experience. This is one time a month. The goal is to do something fun, memorable, exciting, unique, or new to create long-lasting quality moments in your life experience. Important note, again, when you perform this action, it counts as that day's EPIC daily points as well, giving you 2 points for that day.
Perfect. So for my Boom Chakalaka this month, I'm going to do the Boot Camp White Rock hike, which is going to be our last weekend this Saturday. And then the Sunday, I'm going to run the Rock and Roll Half Marathon. The reason for that is when I come to December, I'll look at my sheet, look at my 12 months, and I'll have these dedicated events that keeps propelling me forward and keeps my life interesting. For our first one would be the White Rock hike. Now, I've put in the Boom Chakalakas for us as the hike, which it will definitely be. But if you are out of town that weekend or could not make it, you will discuss it with me and we will decide on a different Boom Chakalaka for you. And that could be anything from a bike ride in California, maybe a weekend away looking at flowers. Whatever the activity is, the key over here is something physical and something you'll remember within the year. Then we're going to go to the other side. You'll see this activity, sorry, I'm coming back to this one. This activity is 10 points and it's once a month. So once you've done it, you'll give yourself that one tick and that will be 10 points. All right, let's move on to the other page. This is the Epic Fasting 24. Kerry will explain.
So the Epic Fasting 24 is worth 5 points per month, and it is done one day out of the month. So it's 1 day per month dedicated to a fasting day using one of the following options. Either you fast for 16 hours and you have 8 hours that you can eat during that time. You fast for 20 hours and you give yourself 4 hours in which you can eat, or you fast the full 24 hours and you choose not to eat during that time. The reason for that is?
The reason why we're doing the Epic Fasting 24, it's a system that happens in your body. It's called autophagy. This is where your body is going to recognize damaged DNA and it will mobilize it for energy in your body. So think of that as your inbox being cleaned out or your car getting serviced. Now, the fast details will come within the next week where I will explain exactly how we will do it. This would not be that we don't eat at all for 24 hours. We might have a little bone broth, there might be some coffee involved, but I'll get into those details. That will be 1 day in the month that you will dedicate for that, and you'll get 5 points for that. And then we got one more, which is our Epic Read, and Kerry will explain that.
So the Epic Read is worth 10 points per month. So you have the month to read or listen to 2 books during that month. One book can be for leisure, or you can do 2 books on something of interest, or you can split it and do the 1 book for leisure and then 1 book on something of interest, which is the goal is to learn something new.
Perfect. Or the industry that you are in, or something that you wanted to always look up. That's what this is used for. Now remember, a key point here is it can either be book on tape or you can actually be reading the book. Now the Epic Read is 2 books. If you don't complete both books, you'll lose out on the 10 points. All right. So 1 book equals 0 points, 2 books equal 10 points. For this month, I picked American Buffalo, which is of course something I'm interested in. And then the other one is Unbroken, about a story about a Second World War prisoner and his endurance on how he overcome the situation. Just remember, the calendar itself is made to keep you moving forward, right? So even if you don't know exactly where we're going, I always use the example, if you drive to California from Vegas to California in night and you cannot see, you put your headlights on. So now you can see 200 yards ahead of you. And this is where we're at now. At that 200 yards, there will be another turn and you can see another 200 yards. Just follow the program exactly as it laid out. This will be your report card at the end that you're going to hand in. And I'm going to explain to you how much you need to get to graduate the course. And this is where we get to the yellow column at the bottom. So you're going to see monthly points is going to be 100. 60 for your daily activity because you get, if you did it right, 2 points. Then if you come across on your weekly recovery, you'll see that will be 5 points, and your epic fasting would be 5 points. That's another 10 you could earn. Your epic monthly will be 10 individual ticks that you'll put down. That will be 10 points. And then your boom chakalaka and your epic read will both be 10 points. That will come to 100. You need to get each month above 80% or 80 out of 100. That will come down to here, month 1, month 2, month 3, and you need to score 240 out of 300 to complete the course. All right. Furthermore, this is a very important one at the bottom of the yellow, and it's called Epic Declaration of Truth. Let me try it again. Epic Declaration of Truth. Carrie, if you can say what that is.
Sure. The EPIC90 tribe members sign and post the start and finish date of their EPIC90 challenge course, and it solidifies your commitment to the process and the rules of EPIC90 and declares that all accountability reporting shall be true and accurate.
That's how life is, right? At the end of the night, when you lay in your bed, the truth is only like a pole above the water. There's nothing else than that. And that's what that is. When you sign it, and you haven't done the workout and you feel like you want to give yourself a point, don't do it. Stay on your ethics. That's what's going to move you through this. This is where self-confidence comes from as well. Remember, we want to teach you self-discipline. Once you have the habit of self-discipline, it's very easy to start moving these habits that is not serving us and how to make it better. Final one is the Epic Walkabout Adventure. Carrie?
So your Epic Walkabout Adventure is a once-a-year, 5+ day trip, expedition, or race that puts you outside of your comfort zone, where you will have time to reflect, reset, and create your vision for the future. The adventure can be seen as a rite of passage to becoming more self-aware, making you strong, healthy, and happy.
Now, I've been doing these for more than 10 years, and it's been mountain hikes, bike rides, triathlons, multiple different events that I did. This year, I'm going to do the John Muir Trail, and then I'm going to also go with 2 of our clients and ride our bikes over Iowa State in 7 days. Now, this adventure is really, the key is to detach from your circumstances that you are living in so that your mind can get a time to process where you're at and where you need to make the changes. This doesn't count any points. This is only for you, and I use it as a lifestyle for me because we always think, I'm 47 now and my goal is to be healthy, 100 and happy. But even with that, how many adventures is still really for me, right? So we think 20 years, but it's not really 20 years. At best, for most of us, that's 5 more adventures. And this just helps us to keep us moving and building these memories in our life, because at the end, that's going to be the most value you'll have in your life. So that is the calendar, guys. If there's any more questions, remember February, March, April. If there's any questions, please just put it on the group list, and I will address it as soon as possible. Have an epic day, and I'll see you guys Monday bright and early.